The Sun and Its Family. Liam pulled the covers up to his chin and looked at his older brother Noah, who was adjusting the old brass telescope by the window. It was a clear night, and the stars sparkled like diamonds scattered across black velvet. "Do you ever wonder what's really out there?" Liam asked quietly. Noah smiled and pressed his eye to the telescope. "Let's find out," he whispered. The moment Noah touched the telescope's eyepiece, something extraordinary happened. The brass began to glow with a warm golden light. The bedroom walls melted away, and suddenly both brothers were floating in the blackness of space, surrounded by stars in every direction. "Don't be scared," Noah said, reaching for Liam's hand. "The telescope will keep us safe." Before them blazed the sun, an enormous ball of burning gas so huge that 1,000,000 Earths could fit inside it. It was like a giant furnace in the sky, its surface bubbling and swirling with fire. The temperature at its core was a staggering 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than anything the brothers could imagine. "The sun is actually a star," Noah explained, remembering what he had learned in school. "It's the closest star to Earth, about 93 million miles away. Its light takes 8 minutes to reach us." The inner planets. The telescope guided them closer to the first planet. Mercury was small and gray, covered in craters like the Moon. It was the closest planet to the Sun, only 36 million miles away, and during the day its surface baked at 800 degrees Fahrenheit. But at night, with no atmosphere to hold the heat, temperatures dropped to negative 290 degrees. "That's a difference of over 1,000 degrees between day and night," Liam gasped. Next came Venus, wrapped in thick, yellowish clouds of sulfuric acid. It was almost the same size as Earth, but the surface was even hotter than Mercury, about 900 degrees Fahrenheit, because its thick atmosphere trapped heat like a heavy blanket. Venus spun backward compared to the other planets, so on Venus, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. Then they saw it, their home. Earth floated in space like a beautiful blue marble, swirled with white clouds and patches of green and brown. It was the only planet known to have liquid water on its surface and the only one where life had been found. The boys felt a warm surge of pride looking at their little blue world. "There's Mars." Liam pointed at a rusty red planet. Mars was about half the size of Earth, and its red color came from iron oxide rust in its soil. It had the tallest volcano in the solar system, Olympus Mons, which stood nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. Mars also had 2 tiny moons, Phobos and Deimos, which were so small they looked like lumpy potatoes. The gas giants. Past Mars, they crossed the asteroid belt, a wide ring of rocky chunks orbiting the Sun, and arrived at Jupiter, the king of planets. Jupiter was so enormous that 1,300 Earths could fit inside it. Its surface was covered in swirling bands of orange, white, and brown clouds, and near its southern half spun the Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth that had been raging for at least 350 years. "Jupiter has at least 95 known moons," Noah said in amazement. "Some of them are as big as planets. One of them, Europa, might have an ocean of liquid water beneath its icy surface." Saturn took their breath away. The planet itself was a pale golden color, but its magnificent rings stole the show. Made of billions of pieces of ice and rock, some as tiny as grains of sand, others as big as houses, the rings stretched out for thousands of miles yet were only about 30 feet thick in places. Saturn was so light for its size that if you could find a bathtub big enough, it would float. The ice giants. Uranus was a pale blue-green ball that rolled through space on its side, like a bowling ball rolling along the lane. Scientists believe something enormous crashed into it long ago, knocking it over. It was bitterly cold, about negative 357 degrees Fahrenheit, and had faint rings of its own. Neptune, the 8th and farthest planet, was a deep, vivid blue. It had the fastest winds in the solar system, over 1,200 miles per hour, and a dark storm spot similar to Jupiter's. Neptune was so far from the Sun that it took 165 Earth years to complete one orbit. And there, far in the distance, they spotted little Pluto, which had been reclassified as a dwarf planet in 2006. It was smaller than Earth's moon, with a heart-shaped glacier on its surface made of frozen nitrogen. Pluto waved at them from the edge of the solar system, nearly 3.7 billion miles from the Sun. 8 planets, Liam counted on his fingers. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. That's right, Noah nodded. And they all orbit the sun because of gravity, an invisible force that pulls everything toward the sun, keeping the planets in their paths. Without gravity, they would all fly off into space. The telescope glowed again, and in a blink, the brothers were back in their bedroom. The stars still shone through the window, but now they felt different, more real, more wonderful. "Good night, solar system," Liam whispered, closing his eyes. "Good night," Noah agreed, setting the telescope gently on its stand. "Tomorrow night, we go smaller."